This is the Xiaomi Duokan Reader Pro II. An extremely cool name, honestly, and deviates away from the cookie cutter, air, and note names we've been seeing all over the place by countless manufacturers. This unit features a 300 ppi screen, 7.8-inch display, and honestly, not much else. No speakers, no note-taking, no expandable storage. However, what else lurks beneath the surface? Stick around. Let's show off the build quality. You get it? Because it's Xiaomi. Anyways, this is a very nice looking unit. It is very flat and kind of pancakey, much like a Barnes & Noble. It's got so big bezels. Now, a lot of the people are kind of 50-50 on bezels. They either want really thin bezels, and then the people that see that say, why do you need thin bezels on an e-reader? That's for holding. And then there's the ones that like a thicker bezel with maybe some page turn buttons. This one's mid-range. It has a little button at the bottom there, which can be key mapped, and the back is very nice. It's a midnight kind of black, not gunmetal, not gray. It's a black kind of onyx-ish, not the device manufacturer, the color onyx kind of blend. It's nice. You have a power button up top, nothing much else on the unit, honestly. You get a status indicator light, a hard reset, and you get a USB. That's it, honestly. There's no SD card, there's no speaker, there's no note-taking or anything else, honestly. Now, disclaimer, we did talk to Xiaomi, and they said that they will have English on this eventually. Right now, it is only partially in English. We only have a little bit on here to show you, and unfortunately, it's not in all the right places, except for VIP. So if you swipe the top down, you get a lot of stuff there. You get your Wi-Fi, your refresh, your settings. Yes, you have a glow light. You can change the temperature as well to make it orange or make it blue/white. You have your volume for Bluetooth, and you have your contrast system-wide settings. You can change essentially the weight of the blacks and whites. If you go to settings, here you will find some English if you dive into each respective thing. For example, about device, fully in English, etc. This will change with time, and you have full app management. And what is something a little bit secret about this is that you can actually go into something like settings, open it up, and then from there you can do even more things like change the language. But again, that language is only going to reflect into what they allow it to change, and right now that is not a lot, but they did give us an update package and it did change a lot of this stuff. So you have device settings, global contrast, lock, date and time, sound, touch button, battery management, all that fun stuff, update mode, etc. You have a bunch of things we can't read, and a lot of it has to do with the store experience. And unfortunately, it's just sad that we can't show you that right now. And the future update, we don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. We don't know if it's going to be 58 days from now. So we have to show you what the device can do as is. You get tabs up top. A lot of them are just kind of category tabs because the home menu is essentially the store. It does give you all the store recommendations and everything like that, but you can sideload in your own content. Thank goodness for that, which we're going to get into right now. Really, the only thing we can show you is ebook reading. Now, this is a 300 ppi screen. It does look very good, and there's no note-taking layer, which means that there's less things in front of the actual characters and your eyes. So really, it is in the upper levels of display quality when it all comes down to it. Page turns are quick, there's no need to really change any of the speed settings, and table of contents, even on side-loaded content, works perfectly fine. You see jump to chapters and everything like that. I haven't tried this yet, but can you pinch and zoom to increase the text, or do you have to go to the text menu? Oh, darn it. That's unfortunate because, unfortunately, guess what's all in Chinese? The text menu. Yay! If you can read that, that says small and that says big. So you can click on that and it becomes bigger. This is your line spacing, and that is some other things. I believe it might have to do with settings. Yes, it is. I can read Japanese, which does sometimes translate into Chinese, but it doesn't always cross over. The reading experience is very just kind of run-of-the-mill. All of your added features like long presses, all of the things that you're going to do like highlights and your dictionary and your word assistant programs that it may or may not have. We won't know until we get the actual update file, which we will show you. We'll obviously keep you guys in the loop, but as it stands right now, if you do get your hands on one of these, this is what you are to expect. You can't just muscle memory pinch and zoom to make it bigger. You do have to go into a menu that you may or may not be able to read. Now, granted, there are a great deal of Chinese people that live outside of China, so they will find value in this, and this is already kind of selling, as I can tell you, as a product, because Xiaomi is a very big brand in the industry, not only consumer electronics, but e-paper they've been dabbling in for a long time. Something that is very strange is that if you get the Note, if you get the W8, if you get the Xiaomi Air, which isn't that great, but they're all in English. Which is why I find it strange that the latest device, the Duokan Pro II, this one in question, doesn't have that ability just yet. It is a little bit of a strange move, and I'm not sure what they were thinking with that one. You can deal with applications, you can sideload in your own applications, but you don't get Google Play services or anything like that. You can long press them too and get rid of them and uninstall them, etc. After that, you do get your menu right here. This device is fairly locked down, as you can see here. If you want to take advantage of any of the onboard services, anything to do with payment, anything to do with your shopping, anything to do with your analytics, even the audio portion of it when it comes to audiobooks, you all need to sign in via WeChat or Me. You don't have to have a mainland Chinese phone number to do that, so you can sign in internationally. However, it is something that is going to have to be raised to concern, because it's not like you can just use this device freely. And if you look through any of the store services, it is just going to be kind of purchase decisions in yuan or renminbi as it's called, which is the currency that they utilize over in China, which you can purchase content, but again, unless you speak Chinese, a lot of this is just going to fall on deaf ears, so to speak, because it's not going to be transcribable by your brain unless you know it. So unfortunately, there are a lot of limitations in the here and now, but what is a little bit sad is that this thing is a very capable unit. It does have a lot going for it spec-wise. It just needs to trickle down into having a user experience for everybody rather than a select group and alienating everyone else around them, because these guys are trying to improve their international image through companies like us, through distributors like us, and get more of a worldwide exposure on a brand that already sells other products worldwide, except for the e-paper line. A fantastically well-built shell, 300 ppi screen, and perfect screen size makes this an extremely appealing unit to the everyman or everywoman that just wants to get ebook reading done. However, with only 20% of it being in English as of the date of this video, no expandable storage or even speakers makes this a little bit useless before we can get some finalized English firmware. As the date of this upload, only a fifth of the unit is in English, but we have had word from Xiaomi saying that they will add future updates to this device as time goes on. When that will be, well, we don't know ourselves. You'll just have to stick around and find out.